Well, I want to say just before we do that, can we just show, because we haven't talked about the Nashville game. I don't want to talk about it a lot, but let's go to the Nashville goal that we gave up, because I think it's indicative. So Stian comes in the game, and you're like, he is a baller. And one of the things that Stian does, it's funny because Abram and Williams and all these guys, they just back up, back up. Right? They never challenge anybody. Right? Stian, he's like, I don't give no F's. And there's all these people who are like, oh, you got to be tactical. You can't get dragged out, or you can go win the ball. Right. And if you watch on this goal that we give up, what's going to happen is Stian comes with the center striker. Right. He comes out and he stays right on the guy. Right. And Noah Cobb is the other guy who's there. Right. And Noah Cobb is like, in La La Land, either that or he's like, wait a second, we're allowed to follow the guy into the midfield because, usually what should happen is you have two center backs. And when one of the guys follows in the midfield, the other guy covers in behind. And what happens is Stian goes with him in the midfield. Cobb just stays right where he is. And the guy runs right in past him. And obviously Goose, the other problem about it that we haven't talked about, Goose on real slow, real late, comes in. And even though Hani Mukhtar did dive early, right, it was clear that he fouled him for a penalty kick.
Right. Let's see it.
See, there's Gregerson. He comes up and then behind him.
Oop.
Did you see it?
I did. And I did have a little bit of a problem with this PK. Now that you're showing it. He Superman dives over the goalkeeper, never even gets touched. Literally never gets touched.
So here they're running through the midfield. They break through, and for once they get behind Sleaze, right? But Stian is here, and he comes out right there, aggressive, right? And what's supposed to happen is Cobb is supposed to see this and whatever, and he's just out still to his right, and watch this guy run right by him.
Yeah.
And, that's not a horrible whatever play, but what I would say is it's disjointed because you have center backs that, Cobb's been playing next to Abram the entire time, and all Abram and PK Williams do is back up. And so suddenly he's like, wait, Stian's allowed to do that? And he just has no idea how to cover him behind.
Is there a slow motion on
the
next
keep
time?
It playing.
Keep playing. Because
they'll show a replay of it.
I do want to see this in slow motion.
He jumps before he gets it, but he still clatters him. I think it's a PK to me.
All right. Oh, he was Superman diving.
He was
long before.
Yes, he was, but he still hammers him. I think it's a PK. Is that the first time we've ever disagreed?
It's not the first time we've ever disagreed.
On a PK call, we're always right in concert. I agree with you that he was diving, but Guzan is so committed, he hits him anyway.
I think the problem with that is, especially if you bring it to VAR, is you decide, is the player trying to play soccer? Is he trying to protect himself, right? So was he I'm okay with the pre-dive, right? If your leg's going to get broken, right? That's just natural protection, right? But he was doing a Superman dive on purpose to get the call right there. And to me, that's not a PK, Dave.
I think if you're Guzan, you can't do that. That's always a PK.
If you're diving as part of a simulation,
I agree with you.
That's total simulation.
The dive. Can you call? This is a very Mikey Dobbs thing.
That's
right?
what. If you're going to use if you're going to use VAR to reverse engineer the game, which is what they've been doing, I agree. You shouldn't do it. Right? You should let the referee make these, and you've been a big proponent of this, Dave, let the referee on the field make these types of tough calls because only they can see it in real time, right, and decide. I'm cool with that. But if you're going to use VAR, I think I'm right in this scenario that this guy is simulating and not necessarily protecting himself from bodily harm.
Definitely simulating. Agree with you.
So he's not,
but he also
he's not trying. No, he wasn't going to get that crushed. Braguzan had every right to go out for that ball, every right, but
he doesn't come close to touching the ball.
We would never know.
Yes, he did because the
because
ball got by
Mukhtar
him.
never actually tried to play the ball. He
touches the ball right before Guzan gets
he
there.
did not.
Yes, he does.
He
touches the ball actually before he dives. He touches the ball by him.
Dude,
He does.
Okay, let's see. Go ahead.
He does. He touches the ball by
Carmen,
him.
let's bring the pause up here on the.
I could do it.
You got it. All right.
Yeah, you pause that right before. At what point?
The second version.
Second version. All right, here we go. All right, stop right now.
Touches it. See?
Uh-huh.
He touches it by him. That's where he just flicked it by him. And Guzan doesn't get any of the ball.
Okay.
So that ball's going to the left.
Hold on. Now Guzan has got every right to be going for this ball, and he touched the ball and then does a Superman dive.
Yes, he does.
Okay. Superman dive.
We don't disagree on that.
Okay. All right. Now continue to play.
Now,
hold on. Now let's continue to play.
Right.
Never touched. He just dove over Guzan. Did you see any touch?
Yes. You actually on the reverse angle.
You're saying his leg brushed over him as he dove over him?
He pretty much clattered him.
He did not clatter him. Are you kidding me?
I love this so much.
Carmen, did he clatter him? You call that a clatter?
I would not call it a clatter, but if he had, I don't even know how to say it. He got him, and he didn't
even touch him. He literally just dove over him.
Now, can I say? I mean, this would be a very Mikey Dobbs officiating to say penalty kick and yellow card for simulation. Can you do that both?
Oh
no, because
he simulated and he fouled him.
Somebody should put a straitjacket on this guy.
So I guess this is the fundamental. He didn't play through the ball. He didn't play through like it was actually having a chance to try to score.
Yeah.
Like he chipped it and then dove, simulated, and dragged his foot over top of the keeper. That's not a PK.
I don't think he dragged his foot. He did start to dive.
So when you're diving, what else are you doing other than dragging your foot after
you can dive and you jumped and you can leave your feet on purpose to but
say what was that?
You could drag your feet behind.
Yeah, that's exactly what he did. That's exactly what he did.
People do that.
That's exactly what he did.
I know what that looks like.
I know what it looks like. I just saw it. And that's why Mukhtar just jumped up with a goddamn shit-eating grin because the simulation didn't count
for
him.
sure. He totally felt like, look, I got this or whatever. So, and so then the only other thing of note in this game is that Sleaze scores a brilliant goal. And the one thing I'll say about the goal that we scored, I have to say we got the tactics a lot better. And I said some point, we have to basically turn them over with these tactics. That's the way we'll score, because when you don't have Gigi, right, you don't have that fulcrum to score, right? You just have to keep the ball up there and give people a chance without having to break people down, right? You don't have Amada, you don't have Gigi, right? So we turned the ball over twice in a row. We turn them over up the field, and that results in Sleaze getting the ball at the top of the box without having to beat anybody scores. That's what I've been talking about when I said that, the other thing that we've been lacking as a team is the ability, with the amount of possession that we have, even though we have all that possession, we just let them out every time because they have an outlet, right?
Look at that little just.
But what's remarkable about that goal is it's a tremendous finish, but they try to clear it and we win it back. Right? Because Sleaze is sitting in an absolute perfect situation to win it back. And in fact, I don't think they show it on the replay, but we won the ball back twice. Right? Yeah. That's all you need.
Oh, all right.
So they clear it. We win it.
Let's move it on.
Right? We go at him. Wait, watch this. I think they're going to come back, and then he plays Sleaze, and boom.
Just, looks up inside of the foot.
Okay.
Side netting.